We are on Angle Maze. Let the round begin.
Unfortunately, no RLL. Guess we'll have to do with the snow on the ground, I guess. That's not good. That Bulborb was awoken by the Dwarf Bulbear. Also, Alex, you might want to turn noise suppression on. We can hear you typing.
Ah, yeah, sorry about that.
Looks like SBU is doing the Dwarf Bulbear conga line. Manages to get one just outside of base, the other not as far. I thought I saw Ender potentially... Well, there's the Bulborb that was awoken by the Dwarf Bulbear, and I don't think it's going to go to sleep anytime soon. Even though... Well, it looks like the Dwarf Bulbear was moved slightly. Looks like Drought Ender loses a Pikmin to the Dwarf Bulbear. And I think that SB is now facing the Bulborb that Ender woke up earlier.
Ooh.
It barely
that was
missed
close.
the two Pikmin.
Looks like... Oh, Ender's calling the Pikmin off. He's taking the Bulborb.
Down to half health and down to death.
Ooh, that's not good for SBU.
That's like 9 Pikmin dead.
Yeah. Wow, yeah. That was crazy. I wasn't tracking. Probably should have been. Oh, this could be even worse.
I think that's
another
12
2
now.
gone. Another 3 even.
Yep. SB has to be really careful with that Bulborb now. I mean, like, it's already eaten a fair number of Pikmin. 13 now. 14. I mean, that's a different Bulborb, but yeah.
$29 to $42. Okay, now that's
Much better.
a bit more in SBU's favor. Still no marbles.
I mean,
And
Ender,
3 minutes have passed.
Ender is falling back 2 marbles now, and is going for the red marble.
Ooh, that was
Except he's
almost a
not.
full bidder. But the cash him on the corner tactic prevented a full bidder from happening. That said, it was full enough of a bidder to be largely effective. And with that, SBU holds.
But was it really... I think Ender was thinking more of to stall than to hold. I mean...
Well, that's the thing. It is SBU's belief that yellow marbles don't matter until your opponent has 3 of them.
It is true, he did say that aloud. Or at least in text.
The
What's up?
Bulborb is still at large.
It seems to be stuck on the corpse. We can't get over the
This
demise
Ender
of the
claims
young
marble
one.
number 2. He's
It's a
digging up.
great metaphorical device.
What could be marble number 3 or 4, depending on whether he's got another one coming home somewhere. He might have. Well, in any case, that's going to be his last marble, probably. But if it's 28 to... Oh! The Bulborb strikes again!
It's like SB
And
tries
SBU
to
just doesn't
intercept.
have the numbers to contest. Bulborbs took out like half his squad over the course of this game.
It's not good. You gotta keep an eye out for those pesky Bulborbs. They will launch 3 at a time.
3 marbles are in, and the 4th is on the home stretch. SBU can't get there in time. It's over. Bulborb sealed his fate.
Pretty unfortunate.
Back when Ender had his name in the server, nickname set to Bulborbs are stupid, I think now he's eating his words.
I think they are kind of stupid. You still are, just like you can
I guess
manipulate them.
guess the Bulborbs were stupid in his favor for once.
Yeah.
Ender 1, SBU 0.
Can't wait to see some major breadbug plays on this one. Looks like Ender is taking special care as to having the most efficient Pikmin layout.
He loads in 5 of his 6 pellets, and deliberately does not load in the 6th because he wants the breadbug to get it.
Fortunately, the breadbug seems to not
breadbug farming
understand
strategy
balls.
that the breadbug has grown wise to.
Simple
I don't know
breadbug
if Ender
scam.
secretly implemented machine learning for the bread bugs, but if he did, then it's coming back to bite him.
Machine learning breadbugs. That I want to see some 200 IQ breadbug AI.
And that's the thing about those shear grubs. To my knowledge, if a bread bug is carrying a shear grub, there's nothing you can really do about it.
Yep. Well, you can knock over the breadbug and then take the shear grub, and the breadbug will lose interest. But that's it.
That is the only thing you can really do. And it's not very reliable. But Ender lands the hit. To add to the bitter he got from the cherries just a few seconds ago as well. But SBU does have the Pikmin count lead, 32 to 29, but he is behind on plucking, and this could be critical.
Looks like Ender's about to surpass SBU in Pikmin count. Yep. What can a volatile Zeeble do?
The faster you've plucked, the earlier you've plucked, the more able you are to take map control.
I mean, like, the earlier you're in base, the earlier you're out base.
SBU gets a bit from the cherries to match the one Ender got.
You can really see
SBU
all the
lets Ender
marbles
dig up
right
that
here.
marble as he goes to, well, first of all, flower up. As Ender engages. It's 37 to 37, but Ender has not brought all of his Pikmin to bear. Okay, now he has, because the marble went in the path of the fight.
I think that fight was more to distract SB's Pikmin, but it looks like the breadbug
like
in the
SB got
background
away with it.
snagged the...
Oh no, the breadbug did! The house always wins, after all.
The house took whatever was left from battle and, you know, scavenged. They do that. Let's see how far it goes. Well, looks like it's dragging towards Ender's hands.
So it looked like SVU did win the fight, but then the breadbug swept in anyway. And allowed Ender to be the real winner.
Very unfortunate breadbug. Oh wait, never mind! The breadbug won.
The
Now-
Pikmin that were carrying were then too busy fighting to save their comrades.
Unfortunate. Fortunate for the house, yes, but unfortunate for both participants, I guess.
We have another fight now. It's a good thing these are deterministic now, so we can get an idea of who's going to win them.
SB is taking home 2 marbles with no signs of breadbugs approaching. Ender's down 10 Pikmin. And we'll probably
Oh
need
yeah,
a few
that
more.
could be bad. And first marble of the game is in for SBU. And so is the second.
Ender doesn't have many
And,
options, actually.
He just needs to hope he can hold out against SBU long enough. Prevent him from getting them all the marbles he needs, but in my opinion, he's not going to be able to do that without the pigmen. But this is dim, and it's hard to get pigmen here.
Indeed, you only have like 3 enemies and a few health posies.
Ender needs some decisive sprays, or some decisive cherries, to get him the win here. Because winning straight fights is just not something he can do right now.
Yep, that was not a good bitter, if I would say.
SBU is now up to 3 marbles and is in good position to get that to 4th. Ender is desperately bittering it, but that seems to just be delaying rather than preventing.
Yep, I'd say there's not much Ender can do at this point.
He desperately spices, hoping he can pull something off with these 8 pigmen. But SBU is already wise to this strategy and kills it dead in its tracks. Ender uses his final bitter.
That doesn't do much.
Maybe just to make some sort of statement.
Yep, Ender's definitely lost this one. And that seems to be it.
SBU 1, Ender 1.
Who doesn't like to get a rematch on Drought?
Seems to be the exact same layout as well.
Isn't dim always random layout? Or am I thinking
We
about
changed it in the hack. It has 2 fixed layouts now.
Okay. This redbug is getting away quickly. Don't let it win.
That dismiss was a good call, but it doesn't latch on fast enough. Pigman AI almost got them both killed. Ender eventually nails the bread bug.
Looks like the onion leg kind of screwed up his shots.
Ender tries to give the bread bug a more manageable target, but it still insists on the sheer grub. I'm telling you, machine learning bread bugs right here.
These bread bugs are on something. Looks like SBU stole the running pellet that.
The house is getting smarter.
I'm telling you, these bread bugs.
Anyway, Ender's getting plus 10.
Very useful, especially in this one.
Changing the squad sizes from even to significantly in Ender's favor. But he does still have this withering blowhog to deal with.
I mean, the withering blowhog can't do much if it's fixated on the group of leaves.
It can stop marbles going in if not dealt with, although it does have a limited lifetime.
Yeah, but I'd say the withering blowhog is not a problem anymore. You can hear
We just heard it die. Now SVU's here to put a stop to Ender's marble gathering plans.
Picking one of the 2 marbles to deal with.
Or at least try. I mean, Ender has the numbers here. I think he's going to win this. A cherry slides across the floor. And SBU gets his own plus 10, and he hits the big old 50.
Hitting a 50 on this map isn't that common. Probably because we don't see this map often. Plus an old flowered squad, that would be definitely useful.
You may not think it, but Dim is actually better than Battlefield for growing Pikmin. Because the bread bugs and the pellet posies.
What is the seed?
I mean, the bread bugs are hard as a catch from the dwarf bulbwurbs, but the pellet posies added on top of them definitely swings things in Dim's favor.
It's like Ender's trying to dissuade.
It looks like he was not fully committed to a steal, he just wanted to distract.
I was thinking he was more committed to stopping Marvel. The all Marvel. Is it even in?
Or maybe he wanted to thin out the defenders and then go for a real steal later.
Alright,
As now SBU gets full bittered and is forced to retreat. Ender has 3 marbles and only needs 1 more. But now he needs to brace for impact as SBU is back once again and gets full bittered once again.
I would've... Well, SBU doesn't have...
As Ender has left his marble almost defenseless as he's gone out with his own spicy to dig up the winning marble. In fact, he could even be digging up 2 potential winning marbles.
I mean, only one of those marbles are gonna be winning.
Yeah, but if SBU intercepts 1, he can still win with the other. But instead of doing that, Ender's fully committing to defending the first. That's probably the smarter play here.
Let's see if the house can say much about this.
The Pikmin wake up from the bitter before the breadbug can get away with it. So I don't think the house is winning this time.
Well,
The house only wins small victories, it seems. It's still got a while to go.
I'd say the house
in
is
the totally
tugging.
not machine learning department.
The house is tugging at the marble, and we'll see if it gets a bite of the... How hard is it to crack open the marble?
Hold on, I need to map this out.
What are marbles even made of?
It's the breadbug page. Carrying power. You need at least 5 carriers on the marble to defeat the breadbug. That is the strat. I just pulled it up.
Oh, there's a golden number. 5. I mean, it is more than half, and that's usually the golden breadbug rule. Anyways, here's SB stealing Ender's marble.
It's the only way he's really going to win at this point.
SBU...
There are 2 other marbles he could dig up, but he doesn't have time for that. SBU's steal is getting away.
It is going places.
As Ender is trying to defend, and he isn't able to, because all of his Pikmin are buried.
All his Pikmin is buried.
SBU has managed to turn an almost certain defeat into a victory.
Quite incredible.
Ender just needs to hope he can pluck quickly enough. But he won't be able to because SBU already has 26 reinforcements anyway.
Looks like a few stray Pikmin.
This is unwinnable.
But Breadbug was there at the right time, at the right place, and might have been able to latch on to the marble, but it probably wouldn't have gotten far.
SBU's just committed too many Pikmin to the carrying, to the steal. He's committed too much. Too much for Ender to handle. Whatever he can throw, SBU can replenish it. The house desperately tried to snatch An extra marble away from the jaws of victory. SBU 2, Ender 1!
The current meme layout would be Dim Labyrinth because we only had it twice. Can my chair stop creaking?
This is the more open layout of the two. Carpet Plane is, in general, a very open map, but this layout is, out of the two layouts, the more open one. Two big wide paths straight in to the base. I think even, well, two nice big open ones, and one slightly more closed, convoluted one.
Yeah.
With the little ramps.
There's also an abundant amount of eggs near base. Fortunately, they're quite far away, as opposed to the eggs on, like, Colosseum. The one layout of the Colosseum.
Minute 1 goes by.
It's really already been a minute.
As the squad counts are 36 to 32, though with that Shigro coming into rescue you, that is going to change.
I mean, it should also be mentioned, Ender's also working on his first yellow model.
38 to 36. SB was only just moved out. Not meaningfully. Ender's left some pigmen behind over there. Well, now he's pulled them back. He's looking to contest here.
Like
and the Puffy Blowhawk helps out!
Ender managed to slip by while SB's army was blown away. Please don't take that out of context.
Ender's dealing with the fiery Blowhawk as SBU gets a +10. Soon he'll hit the big 5-0 again. As Ender finally deals with the Blowhog. And he's not far behind in numbers.
Ghost Pigman? That's not that good.
Yeah, it needs to be the right time and place. And by the right time and place, I mean...
Not
when
at
you're...
base.
Yeah.
90% of the SB's army is right there.
The meta has evolved. We have gone from considering the Ghost Pikmin power-up to be completely useless to considering it to be very niche.
A small increment, but 0 to 1 is a big difference if you think about it.
We now have SBU going for a full speed ahead, for a full throttle steal. And Ender is,
heated.
I'm gonna say it again, hard pressed to react.
Spicy.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with using a good, appropriate term? I remember someone mentioned once.
There's a first
I
bidder.
have like a counter for how many times I say hard pressed. It's a good expression.
Actually, don't
And that
use
certainly describes what Ender is experiencing right now.
It's getting late. Granted slowly, but it is going. It is moving now.
Despite everything SBU has committed, Ender is still semi-holding. That is proximity for you. And it's also having a almost identical squad count.
Yep, but it should be noted, SBU does have 2 more bidders. And still a spice spray, so...
Yeah, if I were Ender right now, I would be grabbing cherries like it's no tomorrow. Because, I mean, in terms of the tournament, there is no tomorrow.
Yep, everything, the rest of the tournament's happening today! Join Sprout House now, shameless plug.
Yeah, shamelessly plug the very thing we're doing.
I mean, I'm more plugging the Discord, but yeah. Join Sprout House Discord, this could be you! Something, I don't know. Wait, SBU is
It's
moving
like
in.
shameless. It's like saying you're shamelessly plugging your product on a shopping channel.
Ender is going to try a counter steal, but I don't think that's gonna go far.
No, actually, it's like shamelessly plugging your product in a shop that is selling your product.
It's like shamelessly plugging your restaurant in your own cooking show.
Ooh, we see. Oh, they're both out of bidders now. And
There's
both
the
out
two
of
bubbles.
spices.
You can see
It's
them on the
50
same
to
screen. Pretty
49.
rare.
It looks like Ender Steel is the more successful of the two. Despite large numbers of Pikmin on both sides being pinned down. Oh, now SBU has completely reversed the momentum. Now he's bringing his marble back and getting away with Ender's.
The Pokeball Hug misses Ender's marble and is already at base. I don't think Ender can do much about this.
Oh, yeah, that's, that was... I have no words. This isn't even particularly shocking. I'm just struggling to come up with words. SBU 3, Ender 1. Ooh, that's interesting. Look at Ender's end. There are 7 posies in total, and only 5 of them are set to match, because those two just have to do ones.
Unfortunately, Ender misses the last punch on one of the posies. That's a...
Failing perfect pellets.
Unfortunate.
When we normally have all of the pellets fixed. Impressive stuff.
That's embarrassing. SB manages to save that Pikmin by a few.
Oh yeah, that was really fast. Like, frame perfect. Yeah, we're back on the same layout as before as well. At least the enemies are always positioned differently. And now Ender gets his own frame perfect save. Looks like it's just a Pikmin race.
SBU is up 10 Pikmin. Oh, never mind.
Now he's behind 2.
That's
another frame perfect save.
What's with saves today?
Yeah, I noticed that. The saves keep happening, and the enemies are quite a bit smarter as well, especially the bread bugs. The house is learning.
This is what we call evolution. I think. I don't know, I'm not Charles though.
Pretty difficult to be Charles Darwin.
True.
Like, now. I mean, like, you can change your name to that. So, I guess that means technically then you are Charles Darwin, but you're not, like, the Charles Darwin. But then again, if you change your name to Charles Darwin, you then look exactly like him, and then you somehow manage to erase all knowledge of evolution from the world, and then you come up with it again yourself. Are you then Charles Darwin? Is that how that works?
If you go back in time and assassinate Charles Darwin, and pose as Charles Darwin, doing Charles Darwin's works for Charles Darwin, under the name Charles Darwin, are you Charles Darwin? We need to counter up out here.
all this talk about Charles Darwin is reminding us that, well, in Pikmin it's not necessarily survival of the fittest, it's just survival of the most.
Survival of the
And that's what
smartest,
happened
or
for
luckiest.
SBU, right outside Ender's base, but then he abandoned those Pikmin. Having a snitch bug can actually be beneficial if your opponent attacks, because then if the snitch bug picks up your opponent's attacking Pikmin, then that's good, because obviously you can't pluck them. So you basically, it's like holding Pikmin hostage in your base.
Essentially, it's basically lowering your Pikmin maximum.
It's
for
basically
opponents.
like, it's like you got POWs, Pikmin of War. Pick prisoners of, I don't even know.
Pick
It's like-
what kind of riz they got?
Your opponent has to come over and rescue them, basically. Yeah, that's right. You can get snitch bugs to turn your onion into a POW camp. SB showed up and he wants that marble.
Fortunately, Ender's
A lot of cherries to
winning it away.
contest it. The bidder protected his own Pikmin. If Ender hadn't bittered, then a lot of those Pikmin that were bittered would have died.
Yep. That was... I don't even know how to describe that. It's one of the parallel universes out there. Ender somehow managed to get his camera to spin.
It's like trapping a bunch of people under a heap of rubble and then nuking them, and then they're safe.
That essentially was what happened, except the chemical reaction and the rocks were swapped. Anyways, 2 spices, except one is
Ooh,
way
yeah.
larger than the other. To be
Once
fair,
again, SBU on the offensive.
Ender does have
Will Ender be able to hold
proximity,
this?
but not numbers.
Well, that bidder suddenly
Pikmin are
turned
spread
things
everywhere
in
on
his
this one.
favor.
Usually we see
Oh,
Pikmin.
yeah. Why is Ender heading over there? What is he doing? Does he have Pikmin there?
I doubt. He misses the bidder on the
bidders?
more important topic.
Yeah, they're all
subject,
buried.
Object.
This is not looking good for Ender right now. He doesn't have time to pluck everything, but he bidders only 10 Pikmin.
Spices.
But the angle maze is acting against him by the way it exists, I guess.
That marble. Well, only a few
Will
Pikmin got off
Pikmin
the marble.
AI pull through for SBU here?
I think more of lack of Pikmin AI will pull through.
Yes. Pikmin AI did pull through for SBU. I mean, Ender's Pikmin AI being stupid. They are very stupid Pikmin.
I think what happened is like one Pikmin got off the marble and threw the rest of the group back, which
Yeah, they all like hyper-focused like 2 or 3 of the carriers. And then the other 4 just went on with their day. SBU, 4. Ender, 1.
who do we have for next match? And I'll ask that later. Gym Labyrinth, yay! More bread bugs, smile. This is to be the other layout we haven't gotten yet.
Oh yeah. The one with the little stump in the back of the onion for both players. Is it for both players or is it just for one? Oh no, I think it's for both. Breadbugs doing as breadbugs do.
They can do with what they can find on the ground. Lying around.
Another cherry slides into the fray. I've seen some really weird cherry slides before.
Yeah, that.
In fact, the funniest thing I like to watch is on Carpet Plane with the pellets from the blowholes. They like scoop all the way across the map. I think I saw once.
It's essentially RNG where they teleport to.
It's like they knock everything out of the way like a curling stone.
That's a good example. Anyways, pause. I'm assuming Ender's having lag problems. Am I right?
Yes.
Alright, we're back. And we're not. And we're back. Which block was this?
If he'd waited until those pigmen were done to use the flower, well, that wouldn't have helped him much, but... Well, the +10 certainly will.
Yep, that is big on this map. Look at the
It's
numbers
bigger
go up
it's
and
bigger
down.
the earlier you get it. It's all about percentages. 50 versus 40 is not as big an advantage as 30 versus 20.
I mean, I would argue it's more about ratios, what you mean.
Well, ratios and percentages are just another way of expressing each other.
Percentages are a type of ratios, I would say.
Yeah. Whoa! That was the Ghost Pikmin power-up in action. SBU's true strength was only revealed when Ender had already charged in. But Ender nonetheless still won, because of that +10. And now he's the one with the Ghost Pikmin.
Ghost Pikmin plus, like, having a few stray Pikmin on your opponent's captain is big. Because you don't know if the Pikmin's on or off. You just have to wait until you see the particles and OMR screaming.
Oh no, now I'm getting the lag. The first marble of the round is in for Ender. And he gets the bread bug. SBU grabbing cherries. He needs something to match that advantage that the +10 gave Ender. And boom! Ender now uses the exact thing SBU used against him, suddenly appearing with the Ghost Pikmin. And then disappearing again.
The Ghost power-up has actually been quite useful recently.
Well, now here's the volatile Dweevil that is easily avoided. The avoidable Dweevil. Ooh. Still, the numbers remain relatively consistent. Another +10! And he hits 50!
Well, excluding that +10, there's not much to raise or lower your Pikmin counts here. Think about it, the only way you can lose Pikmin is clipping out of bounds, or to... Well, no, I guess Rock Slide's other...
30 to 50, Ender realizes what this means.
This is big for SBU, or
He
no,
spices and goes on in, but some of his Pikmin get caught against the edge, and he can't bring his full force to bear.
Fortunately...
However, this also means he avoids the full bitter. And he still has 18 spicy Pikmin, meaning SBU will have to bitter a second time.
However, the Withering Bullhog is proving to be quite difficult. Forcing all of SBU's
Ender
Pikmin
loses
that were
4
on the model
Pikmin
off the
to
model.
the Rock Storm.
It's chaos out here. And the marble's on
The
Earth.
marble is
It's
out.
gonna start moving any moment.
And away it goes! Ender is ready to summon in the volatile Dweevil, but he doesn't want to do it while his Pikmin would be the
Well-timed bitter.
main casualties. SU brings it back with his last bitter, but Ender still has 2.
Here's the house. It makes its move.
He spices up, and it's an uncounterable spicy. The bread bug is struggling. The house is struggling.
However, it is making some major evasive plays through the pick fall.
Ender takes the Pikmin off the marble to retask them to avoid the Pikmin being distracted by SBU's Pikmin.
It's in. The house is
The
called.
bread bug
The
makes
marble.
off with the marble. The house has won.
The house has won the round. SBU
This
4,
is good.
Ender
This is good
1,
for
house
SBU.
1.
It means his marble is safe until Ender manages to kill that bread bug.
Yep, this has now changed the game. Sorry.
A house has turned what could have been a victory for Ender, an easy victory for Ender, into anyone's game.
And to be fair, SBU has plenty of Pikmin, plenty of cherries, and plenty of sprays. Well,
Volatile
not really
Weevil
plenty, but-
in conjunction with the Withering Blowhog could be bad news for SBU,
Is that
but it's not. 2 Withering Blowhogs
not good?
from almost opposite directions.
There's not much you can do to escape that. You're pretty much stuck at base.
He gets pinned down twice. Now Ender's on the hunt for that bread bug.
Is it possible to get soft locked between a few wooden logs? I wonder.
I mean, if they like perfectly timed, like synchronized, like as soon as one's stun effect wears off, the other blows. Is that our win? Is that Ender's winning bread bug passing under his onion right now? It could well be.
Ender decides to ignore it.
He's still plucking. He wants to maintain his numerical advantage at any cost, knowing that it's what's allowed him to get ahead so far.
Ender starts
He
moving
flowers
out.
up and he moves out. He's on a bread bug hunt.
Redbug hunt or some other kind of hunt? Could it be a
Well,
ghost
what else
hunt?
would he be hunting for?
To be fair, he
It would
is
have to be the
ghost,
yellow
that's what I'm
marbles.
told. What about now?
As Ender has left some of his Pikmin at SBU's onion. Ender knows the bread bug hunt is the play here, and he wants to delay SBU as much as he can while he's on it.
Conveniently, the blue Pikmin left at SBU's base to kill off the Badu Wall. Unfortunately, they decided to stop SBU from plucking Pikmin.
It is not in SBU's interest to hunt the bread bug first, because then while SBU's hunting the bread bug, Ender can hunt. Wait a minute. The same applies in reverse. If Ender is hunting the bread bug, SBU can hunt the hole.
What a fallacy. I'm not using
Then
level
when the bread bug is killed,
Dilemma.
SBU can immediately seize whatever's inside. But Ender has superior numbers, so that probably wouldn't go too well.
It's not much. There's not much anyone can do right now.
Unless
Models,
SBU
yellow
can massively outmaneuver Ender, or seriously score with those cherries. I think he's just delaying the inevitable.
Or some big volatile Dweevil action happens.
Yeah.
Which I doubt.
That kind of comes under cherries.
Ender is keeping a
Ender
close
has
eye on this.
chosen not to breadbug hunt, but instead he's trying to secure the yellow marbles, as SBU is trying to do the same. But the timer is wearing down!
Oh, I didn't
Because
even realize.
Ender has one more marble, and in 3, 2, 1!
What? I did not notice that.
For the second time in Sprout House history and in this tournament, the timer has run down to 0. But unlike the first time when it resulted in a draw, because Ender had one more yellow marble than SBU, the round went to him. SVU 4, Ender 2.
Yay!
Forget triple tile lands. It's time for quadruple dim.
Luigi board, are you hearing this?
Or more accurately, double dim, because there was a break between the two double dims.
Double dim is a much better name.
And it sounds nicer as well. And if we get dim again after this, which would only happen if Ender wins this one, then it'll be double dim plus 1.
Isn't
Or double plus 1 dim.
I'm pretty sure double is a menu item at Tim Hortons.
Dim Hortons.
Dim Hortons. Just keeps getting down.
Now it's SVU who's managed to snipe a bread bug first. This Ender is gunning hard for those cherries. First one's a very inappropriately positioned rock storm.
I mean, I kind of thought it kind of dissuaded SVU from taking a certain path, but like, it looks like he changed his mind last second.
Maybe that's the play, actually. When a rock storm is about to drop, suddenly change direction, so it's wildly off course. I mean, not that it's likely to do much damage anyway, but...
It's Rockstorm, Pikmin 2, not Rockstorm, Pikmin 3.
I mean, we tried to make it more dangerous, but they didn't actually change much.
Ooh, look, everyone likes this shiny rock. Fortunately, one died.
Oh, yeah. Ender had the... What do we call that? We need a name for that. When you want to pluck, but you end up throwing instead.
A button mashing. And that's essentially what it is. We probably need a better name.
That's a lot of cherries that Ender is grabbing here.
It seems to be a dance.
He needs every advantage he can get.
And Ender. Ender is taking the lead. Kind of just pushing Ender, or SBU, back away.
Good thing about Sprout House is we're not picky about our wins. You can play as dirty as you like, so long as you're not outright cheating.
I mean, it is hard.
And Ender is embracing this to the max possible extent. Look at that. Look at that massacre. And look at that bread bug.
Bread bug's smile.
He hits the big 50. As SVU is very far behind on the Pikmin count. And it's 2 marbles to 3. Ender is making a lot of progress here. Rushing those cherries seem to be the play.
Ender's come very far. That's probably the farthest blowhog throw I've ever witnessed. Unfortunately, his Pikmin is half stuck due to some dismissing incompetence. Or at least lack of advanced tech, dismissing tech. Insert 6-year-old video by Grassdigger about dismissing.
At least the blowhog got to spend its 50-second life winning the Louis tossing competition.
I mean, is it really
which
a win
was
if
specifically
no one else
invented to give meaning to its 50-second life. A full bidder!
Something
Well,
about
not full,
make life
but
your
pretty
half
much
meaning. I don't know, strokes.
Ooh, the bread bug.
The bread bug has half.
The bread
itself
bug takes
deleted.
loses almost half of its HP from the explosion, as Ender secures the marble, only for SVU to bitter again. But now SVU is out of bitters, and Ender maintains the Pikmin count advantage. Not only that, but bittering the bread bug
The house won?
Oh no, the house won! Now Ender needs to find a different marble.
I was gonna say, how much you gonna wager for the house to win? It did not look likely. It happened.
What's this blowhole gonna do with its 50 seconds of fame?
Not much.
Well, now it's been cut short.
I mean, it did appear on Sprout House Live TV. That's pretty famous.
Well, to be fair, all blowholes do. Unless they're being played in,
Practice rounds.
practice pings.
Or, you know, just casual playthroughs.
Yeah.
We don't have every single playthrough of Pikmin 2 uploaded on the channel.
Ooh. Ender's mad. He mad. He mad,
He
folks.
mad, he approaching.
SB only sees one way out of this, and Ender is not having it.
Ender doesn't have many options, but neither does SBU. And now he's resorting...
Second time in a row that Ender says he doesn't expect to win, and then he is winning. Except whether he actually does win is still up in the air. But now he's killed this bread bug, Ender just needs to watch the holes.
There it is.
Right there.
Quite
Very
convenient. Anyways, there's absolutely no way SBU makes his way over to Ender's base.
And that bitter was just insult to injury. So is the Withering Blowhog, but in the opposite direction. The Withering Blowhog was an insult to the injury.
True.
SBU 4, Ender 3!
What's on the Tim Hortons menu? I haven't had it. Ah, whatever. That was a quick load. That was unnaturally quick. Anyways, here's the two bread bugs. They decided to split up to cover more ground.
I tell you, machine learning.
Unfortunately, that bread bug seems to be stuck on the onion leg.
Maybe that time I asked ChatGPT for some winning strats, it took the
And secretly having to get back and deal with the bread bugs.
Our new AI overlords will now even take victories out of participants' hands.
I mean, the moment the bread bug claims and the whole Mars or Louis marble, it wins. Except the game doesn't recognize it. So bread bug races it.
One day the code will rewrite itself.
True. SBU is up 10 Pikmin, but looks like
And a sniped bug. Again. 2 watery blowhogs.
the duo.
Trying
will
to
cause
pick one,
problems.
be complicated by the other.
You want to say that again? Because you
And
kind of
I'm-
lagged out.
Lagging. Everything's lagging out.
Right, are you good now?
I don't know.
Nope, you're not really that good. You're legible, but still robotic. The AI is taking over Alex, oh my god.
My fire. I want that explicit non this was
Alright, it sounds good now. Try.
I mean, my stream is frozen.
Alright, it's a little
Okay,
choppy,
now it's
but
not.
it's
It's
legible,
not.
yeah.
Done.
Alright, I think we're good now. What happened in the meantime? I wasn't paying attention. You have to go rewind the VOD that I'm currently recording.
Yeah. I haven't noticed anything major, obviously, but it looks like they both have one marble. I mean, as you can see.
Anyways, here's the...
They both seem to be focusing hard on breadbug snipes.
Also notice that 2 of the breadbug nests were right next to Sbu's spawn, I think. And the 3rd one's right there. Those Pikmin just
Ooh,
decided
the
to...
flowers come in handy.
The breadbook is window shopping for the local blue marbles. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the means to enter it yet.
I mean, what else do you think the house does in its free time?
Here comes Ender, intercepting one of SB's marbles. This would have been his 3rd.
Ooh, yeah.
And it still could be, but
Shearwig's still at large.
doesn't look. It looks like the house is getting away with it. SB does not have the Pikmin to contest. Well, kill the breadbug.
Well,
Yeah.
here goes the red bug.
Here comes SB's 3rd marble, moving slowly, but definitely almost guaranteed to be at base.
When the house has the power to define what constitutes a win, whenever it wants to suit its needs, the house always wins. We only ever notice it when it wins.
And when it does, it wins bold.
It may win small to some. It wins big
Well, look at
for
this
something that
interaction.
can't actually win a match. Oh.
Who's gonna move first?
What?
It looks like SB is pushing Ender back. Other way around. Okay.
We usually don't see standoffs like this.
Just quick stare down.
Maybe they're just tired of charging each other, and they want to have some control over the outcome. I think it's because SB realizes that if the squads meet, they lose, so he doesn't want to take the fight. But Ender doesn't. But Ender also doesn't want to take the fight, even if he'd win it, because that means he has to go back home and pluck.
No, it's
Sometimes
fine,
not
take
fighting
patience.
is better. Shocking, right? Imagine not fighting.
Undertale?
But yeah, sometimes that is. Ooh.
It's a volatile too, but unfortunately it got bitter.
He punches it to death.
You don't see that often, but it is a very big strat.
As SBU secures the marble. He may come out of the winner yet. As Ender is all out of bitters. He needs to make his play now, while he still has the... Oh. Well, this changes everything.
This changes... Both participants have one
Since
bit
given that it was
behind.
only a partial bitter, Ender may still... Okay, no. The spicy is too spicy.
I think
Wait, no, it's not.
the
Ender
house is
still
snagged.
spicy enough to...
It's moving. It's moving towards the hole.
Oh!
This could be big. This could be huge. SB does not. Ender does not have the Pikmin to
The house
contest.
wins again!
The house wins another marble.
The house prevented SBU from taking the round,
What was that? 2?
which would have won him
marbles.
the match there and then. The house, right there, with that marble steal, that bread bug, prevented SBU from taking the championship title.
Well, for all
Of course, he might still get it anyway.
more delayed, but you know it's still.
He
at
wants
SB's
his
base.
revenge.
If I had a bitter, I would use it on this bread bug right now.
Miss 10, miss 100, miss 1,000 times. SBU doesn't care. He wants his championship title. House or no house.
Ender is moving in. One of his Pikmin is at bud stage.
Ooh.
Interesting. I mean,
Ender needs to
same
wrest
time.
control.
It's close, but it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
Move around.
For once, the house lost. And so did Ender. With a final score of 5-3, SBU has won the match. And that means SBU is the Onion Cup 4 champion! That's all, folks. It's over. The Onion Cup 4 has come to a close. The big thing that killed this tournament was map design, says the designer of the maps. I thought that's the joke.
That's a joke. Funny joke. Haha.
SBU has done it. He has defeated Drought Ender on what could be considered his home turf. Ender has lost before, but I bet no one was expecting this to be the way things went.